it's cafecito time. I have my matcha, strawberry matcha, I should say. It's iced, but no longer iced. My sister went to Portos this morning. She got out of work and went to Portos, and I asked her if she can get me a strawberry iced matcha, and it's so good. Y luego, she also brought me a croissant. I told her I wanted a regular croissant, and I forgot. Well, I really haven't had a croissant from there, actually, and they're pretty huge. But anyways, today I wanted to talk about building a routine. I feel that's very important to have in our lives, especially because it does help us achieve our goals, and like it just feels like you have more of a structured life and it's not all chaos and like wondering like, oh, I need to do this next. Oh yeah, I need to do this. Like you're not left guessing or anything. So yeah, I want to talk about how to build your routine and creating habits and a routine that you'll actually stick to. Have you ever had a time in the morning where you wake up like 20 minutes before you have to go into work and you rush everything, like get ready and then leave, and you didn't even pack your lunch, you couldn't like really brush your hair or do your makeup that well, and then the whole day just like it's just a bad day because your morning didn't go as planned? That actually happened to me about 2 weeks ago, where I woke up super late and I didn't even sleep that late. I slept around 10, but for some reason my body just didn't wake up. I didn't hear any alarms, but I woke up, I rushed to get ready. Luckily the night before I had already packed my lunch. The only thing I had to do was like fill up my water bottles and pack my gym bag, brush my hair, do my makeup real quick, change, and then that's it. That was my fastest time to like leave the house because it was that bad. I rushed everything, and it's a sucky feeling when that happens because then you just feel like bad that you woke up late. At least that's how I felt. I know building a routine takes time and practice, and sometimes you might not even do that routine every single day. I would suggest think about your perfect morning. What is like the morning that is just like, this is the way it should go every single day? Write that down. It doesn't matter how crazy it sounds, but just write it down, because writing it down really helps. I used an Excel sheet to write down my perfect morning routine, and I did it in increments of 15 minutes just so I know, okay, well, these first 15 minutes I gotta do this, the next 15 minutes I gotta do this. Oh, this is gonna take me 45 minutes, just block it out. I was doing like time blocking for the morning, and when I was writing down the routine like that, I was only thinking about the days I go into work. So think about which days you want to implement these routines, because for me, I have 2 different routines on the weekdays. I have one for when I go into the office and then one for when I work from home. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I work into the office, and then Thursday, Friday, I work from home. So my mornings are going to be different. So you want to see like which morning you want to focus on. If you just want to focus on your Saturday or Sunday mornings, that's fine too. Whichever morning works. I would just think about what's an easy morning for you to focus to follow a routine. For me, when I started building my routine, I first started building my routine on the weekdays. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, I knew those 3 days were going to be the same routine. And then Thursdays and Fridays, I knew those were going to be the same routine as well. So take out a piece of paper and just start writing it down. Like for me, I knew Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I had to leave the house by have to leave the house by 6:40. That's the latest that I can leave, so that way I get into work at 7. And so from there, I kind of started working backwards in a way. So when I first started building a routine, I wanted to wake up at 5 a.m. I wanted to get up and get ready for the day. And I knew how long that was going to take me to get ready. It takes me about maybe 30 minutes. So then I knew by 5:30, that's the next step that I should take. I knew that I had to make my bed, go to the kitchen, make my coffee, and fill up my water bottles. And then I knew that was going to take me no more than 15 minutes, but I put like a 15-minute. This could take me probably like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, but regardless, like I knew I had like a time structure to what I needed to do. And then by 5:45, I wanted to do my planning time, or like where I sit down here and start writing out like what do I need to do for the day. And that wouldn't take me too long, no more than 15 minutes. So if I finish within 5 minutes, then I give myself a little break, or I start doing the next thing, which would be working on my shop. From 6 to 6:30, I would work on my shop. 30 minutes is not a lot, but it gets you ahead a little bit at least. So that's what I used to do. And that's not my schedule anymore, like my morning routine anymore. It's completely different now. But that's just an example. I eventually want to show you guys like what I do in the mornings before I go to work, and the days that I go into the office versus the days that I stay working from home, because they're, as I mentioned, they're two different routines. But that's something that you want to do, is just like figure out like what you need to do every morning in your routine. And that's how we create the habit of doing our routine too. Because when I first wake up, I immediately go to the restroom. Then afterwards, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, brush my hair, do my makeup, change, and make my bed. Something like very simple. You want a routine that's simple, that you know it's something that you need to do every single day. In the beginning, when you're setting your routine, it's fine to like have like the perfect routine, but then write another one. Okay, this is my realistic routine, what I can do. I don't want to overwhelm myself by doing all of these steps for my routine. Eventually, what I want to do in my routine is I want to wake up early and start running. And especially on the weekends is when I want to start running. So I'm building my weekend routines right now, and I don't have a structure for my weekends, and I've been feeling a little bit like I don't know what to do in the weekends, and especially my morning. Like I know the basic little routine, but then afterwards I need to get myself into the rhythm of actually doing something, because I can wake up and just scroll on TikTok or Instagram and just start looking at all the social media feed, and sometimes I can spend hours on that, and I don't want to do that anymore. Like I want to give myself some steady routine on the weekends that I know that I will follow. And one of the biggest thing about morning routines is set the intention of when you want to start. What day is best for you to start a routine? For me, Mondays are basically one of the best days for me to start, and on Saturdays for some reason. Today I started a routine, and today's Saturday, that will help me kind of figure out if this is a routine that's gonna work for me. So like kind of test drive it first, I would say, because that actually does help a lot. I did that today, and it really helped me see that I can do that routine. So you don't want to overwhelm yourself like for your routine. So kind of like test drive it, do it on the weekend, pretend like this is the routine that you want to implement for a long period of time. And also routines do change depending on the season of your life too. So like for example, I know right now my routine for the mornings, when I wake up for work, I've been waking up at 5 a.m. instead, because normally I would want to wake up at 4 and do a workout in the morning, but it's been so cold recently in the morning, and I don't want to like get out of bed and work out in the cold, because I have a treadmill in the garage, and the garage is really cold in the mornings, and I don't want to step into that. So I kind of changed my routine, which eventually I want to get back into that, where I want to wake up at 4 a.m. But right now I'm just doing 5 a.m. so I don't like overwhelm myself too and like think about how cold it is in the morning. So routines will change depending on the season of your life. So just be aware of that. And it's okay to change up your routine every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. If something doesn't go the way you want it to be, or like you have something new planned for the mornings or any routine, change it. It's okay. It's okay to change it as long as you keep updating like how you want your routine. So I think it's very important to create a outline of your routine to use as a guideline. And I actually have it on my Excel sheet, and I actually have written down my timeline, like the times that I want to wake up, and I've been using it as my guideline to my morning routine. Like I know these are the steps that I need to do every single morning. Now, one thing about morning routines is you have to get up, you have to wake up basically. And that's the hardest part for me. A way to help me like wake up and physically get up is I've been putting my phone away further from me, because if it's close to me, I'm gonna hit snooze. And I hit snooze so many times. I love my sleep, so that's why. I actually have been leaving my phone in the bathroom, so that way I like get up and grab it and turn it off, and then by then I'm like awake. And it's something that I've been doing for a couple months now, and I do feel like it really helps you out a lot. So try to think of a way like what is gonna make me wake up in the morning and get up and actually do my routine. And it also ties into your evening routine. So like with the morning routine, you need an evening routine, because your evening routine will help you be successful in your morning routine. That is the hardest for me. I think I finally implemented my evening routine, because that's been helping me do my morning routines now. I think it's a lot when you think about it, like, oh, I have to create a morning routine, I have to create an evening routine. There's so many routines I have to create in order for me to be successful in this routine. And I agree that like I think it's a lot, but do it simple. Like just know what time you need to go to sleep by and what time you need to wake up. If I wake up at 5 a.m., I know that I can't sleep no later than 9 p.m. because 9 to 5 is 8 hours and you want to make sure you're getting a restful sleep too. So by 9 o'clock, if I'm sleeping, I know it takes me about like 30 minutes for my body to like wind down and my mind to wind down. That's something that I've learned because there's times where like I look at the clock and I'm like, okay, I need to go to sleep now. And if I do, like my mind is still rolling from whatever like I'm doing. And there's times where I'm working on my shop late at night and when I'm trying to sleep, that's all I can think about because I just stopped abruptly and went to bed to force myself to sleep. I don't think that's good. You need to implement an evening routine that's going to help you relax, at least like from 1 hour to half an hour, if anything, to help you wind down for sleep. And I think that's very, very important to do. When building a routine, also try to make it fun because it's for you and for no one else. I sometimes like to listen to music in the morning, but there's times where I just like the peace and quietness of the house. One of the things to avoid in the mornings is definitely going on your phone. Use it just for your alarm, but don't use it after to scroll on social media because then you could get lost in it for hours even, and there goes your morning routine. Once you hear your alarm from your phone, just put it back to where it was at and just start your morning routine. Just get into that habit of doing it because social media is like, it sucks you into it and you just want to like stay in there for hours. So like I mentioned before, building a routine, you want to start with something simple. Yes, create the perfect morning routine that you want. You want to exercise for an hour. You want to have a full morning skincare routine. You want to curl your hair and then put on makeup, but then try to figure out the nitty-gritty to what is the most important to your morning. It could be something simple just by like waking up and making coffee and just sitting, drinking your coffee, like just clearing your mind out. And I think that's something important, is just to do it for yourself, what feels good for you. I feel like that will help you out to have a better morning routine, a morning in general. The times that I followed to the T my morning routine, especially it was those morning routines before I go into work. When I went into work, I felt like I accomplished a lot already for myself in the morning and it felt very good. And I was telling my coworkers too, I'm like, yeah, I woke up. This is the time when I was waking up at 4 a.m. I woke up at 4, I did my workout, I showered, I got ready, I got dressed up, and I worked on my shop a little bit, packed my lunch, filled up my water bottle, made my coffee, and went into work. And it just felt really good following it. Like I had accomplished something for myself before I do something for others, you know, because I was going into work. It's just like a good feeling that you have for yourself. Like I was able to do this and I can do it, so why not do it again? So have fun with it. Make it about yourself. And I mean this in the way like make it about yourself if you are able to. I know there's people that have kids or have a significant other. Sometimes your own morning routine has to be shared with others, but make it a point of priority to like have a little bit of me time in the morning, because I feel like that's very important before you give yourself to others. So give something to yourself first before you give it to the others. For me, luckily, I'm on my own and I live with my sister, as I've mentioned in previous videos. I believe she wakes up around like 7:30, 7:40, and I'm already off at work by the time she wakes up. So I get that time in the morning for myself where there's no one else in the house but her, and it's just my morning. It's my me time. That's how I see it. My mornings are my me time. And I love the mornings because I feel like it's nice and quiet. I mean, if you like music and play music. Do something that's gonna like make you happy. Listen to music, listen to an audiobook. Sometimes I rotate what I want to listen to in the morning. Sometimes I like my mornings very quiet. Sometimes I like listening to a podcast or I'll listen to music. It just depends on my mood that I'll listen to something, and I'll just implement that in my morning routine. Like my morning routines change every so often, and that's okay. As long as you have your main points of what you want to do in your morning routine, it's okay to change it up, add some stuff, take away some stuff. You know what, this week I don't want to do this, that's fine, take it out. I'll put it back again later in my morning routine. For me right now, I'm not working out in the mornings, but I know eventually I want to start doing that again. Once it starts getting a little bit warmer, not too warm, but like it's not too cold for me to go into the garage and start my workout. I think it's very important just to know, yes, your morning routine will change every so often, but that's okay. As long as you have like a good foundation that you can do a routine in the mornings, then I think you can achieve morning routines or any routines like for evening too. I feel like evening routines are a little bit different because it's more kind of like trying to wind down from what I've seen people do online, but at the same time, it's like you see people online that don't have to take care of others, and I'm one of them. But try to figure out what routine is going to work best for you. I just hope that this really helps you out, because like once you build your routines, I feel like whatever goals you have in mind, that's going to allow you to achieve them. Because when you have a certain goal, you need to implement how you're going to reach that goal into your routine. For example, for me, one of my goals is just to live a healthier lifestyle, basically. I want to implement that in the mornings where I go on a run. That's something that I'm trying to do on the weekends, at least, is to go out on a run. And I'll wake up a little bit later on the weekends too, because I'm not in a rush to go into work or to start my day by working. So I get to sleep in a little bit. That's my little reward for being able to wake up so early during the weekdays, that on Saturdays and Sundays I'll wake up a little bit later. And once I feel ready, I will share with you guys like my full morning routine. I know it's gonna change later in the spring because of daylight savings, and I love daylight savings because there's more light outside. That's my favorite time. I can't wait for that time. But for now, I have like a winter routine for now that I'm like implementing, and so far I've liked it. I've been waking up at 5 instead. Slowly, eventually I'm gonna wake up at 4 again, but 5 o'clock is okay for me. I love my routine. It's simple. It's not too crazy or anything, and it's kind of relaxing too in the morning before my hectic day starts at work. So I want you guys to let me know like what little mini routines you have implemented for yourself. Is it for the mornings? Is it for the evenings? Comment below, and I want to know what your routine is, and it inspires me too, and inspires others to see like what other people are doing, because it kind of like shows you like, oh, I could probably do that too. Oh, I don't think I could do that, but I can do this for sure. So it's like it gives you different examples when you start looking at other people's routines. And that's something that I will share with you guys soon. And the types of routines that I'm going to share, it's going to be a lot, so just be aware of the videos that I'll be making. But one is going to be my morning routine before I go into work, and then a morning routine for when I work from home, then a Saturday routine, a Sunday routine, because they're similar but they're a little bit different. And then my evening routines too. I don't have an evening routine for Saturday and Sunday. I just kind of go with the flow, at least because I don't have to worry about the next day. But like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I have like a routine set for myself, because then the next day I go into work. Or actually, no. Only Monday and Tuesday I have like a set little routine that I do, because I go into work the next day. And then Wednesdays, I don't go into work the next day, but my routine kind of stays a little bit the same as my Monday and Tuesday. And then Thursday and Friday, they're kind of the same routine as well. So I have a lot of little mini routines, and for me, it's not hard to juggle along because it's kind of like the same. It's just there's little different things that I do on each day of the week. And I feel like once I had a foundation to my routine, I was able to do that different little routines throughout the week instead. So it takes time, and that's fine, because it did take me like maybe almost a year to figure it out. I started my routines last year, and I feel like I'm getting better at it. Yes, they change throughout the seasons, but at least I have like my main foundation of what I want in a routine. So I highly recommend writing it all out. Give yourself the timestamps that you want to do your routine. And if you feel too pressured to do it, take some stuff out, because you want your routine something for yourself and something easy for you to follow every single day, with little minor changes that you need to do here and there. And if there's days or weeks that you can't follow your routine, you want to sit back and just think like, okay, well, why isn't this working for me? I don't think I should do this. I should do this instead. Think about like what's going to work the best for you, because this routine is for you and you only. So yeah, that is all I have for today. I can't wait to share my routines with you later on. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below what your routine is. If it's morning routine or evening routine, just comment below like what is like the main gist of your own routine that you have. That's it. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, or night. Bye!